Hey, good morning, everyone. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about the time value of money. What are the various aspects of the time value of money, and how does it going to affect our investments, which we have made in various, investing opportunities. So let us start.
Now, what is time value of money? Uh, in simple terms, uh, the value associated with same sum of money received at various points on the timeline is called as the value of money. So we need not get confused with that. Let us understand that with an example. It says that the value associated with same sum of money. Suppose if we consider the same sum of money as rupees 100 received at various points on the time. It means suppose you receive 100 today, you receive 100 after 1 year, you receive 100 after 2 years. So what is the value of that money today, after 1 year, and after 2 years? And that is called as the time value of money. We should understand that the value of 100 rupees today is much more than the value of 100 rupees received after 1 year. We will understand it why in subsequent slides. Okay, so it means a rupees 100 in hand today is worth more than rupees 100 received after 1 month. Okay, since the money has time value, uh, it is not possible to compare cash flows received at various points in time. It is a very common sense that since every passing day the value of the money starts decreasing. Suppose if you get 100 rupees today, that value, if the same 100 rupees is received after 5 days, that value has decreased. So it is hence, because of this problem of the time value of money, it is not possible to compare cash flows received at various points in time. So when time value is considered, there are certain aspects which become very relevant for this concept of time value. Let us see what are those. See, future inflows are discounted at a determined rate called as the interest rate or discount rate. We will understand this concept of discount rate very quickly. The second is present values. PVs means present values are increased at a predetermined rate called as the interest rate to reach the future value. And higher the discount rate, lower the present value, and vice versa. So we will understand these principles. What does it say? Future inflows are discounted at a determined rate called as interest rate or discount rate. It means we have already said a rupees 100 today is much more valuable than rupees 100 after 1 year. Why? Because if you get rupees 100 today, if you put that 100 rupees in a bank FD earning 5% interest, after 1 year it will become 105 rupees. Hence, any 100 rupees received after 1 year, the value of that 100 rupees today will not be 100 rupees, but you have to discount that with the interest it would have earned for the 1 year. So that value will be lesser. It will not be 95 rupees, but it will be somewhere less than that. Okay, so that is called as the future inflows. So all future inflows, if you want to carry out an analysis that I am going to receive 1 lakh after 1 year, 2 lakh after 2 years, 3 lakh after 3 years, and what is its value today, if you have to calculate, you have to discount that all those with the standard interest rate at that particular point of time to get the actual value of those money which you are going to receive it today. So that is called as future value or discounted at a discount rate. Now present values are increased. So it is a common aspect. If you have 100 rupees today, if you want to know what is the value of 100 rupees today, after 1 year, you are going, let us assume that you are going to put it in the safest instrument, that is the bank FD. So today's bank FD is 7%. So you are going to get 107 rupees. So it is always increased. Present value is always increased for the next future cash flows. Now, if the more the interest rate in the system, suppose if the bank is giving an interest rate of 8 rupees, the value of the money, future value of the money received today will accordingly decrease. Similarly, if the bank interest rate is on very less, 3% or 4%, hence the discounting which is done for the future value of money will also be less. Now let us understand what is present value. See, present value is nothing but future value discounted by the interest rate. Here FV means future value, PV means present value. This future value is divided by the interest rate 1 plus R. R is the interest rate. If the rate of interest is 5%, then it becomes 1 plus 0.05, that becomes 1.05%, to raise to the power of the n. N is nothing but the number of years. Okay, so the present value is the amount you pay today to get a cash flow in future. It is actually, they both are complementary, present value and future value. So there can be a cash flow that comes in regular interval or as a lump sum. So whenever the present value is calculated, the future amount can come in at regular intervals or it can come as a lump sum. Okay, suppose you invest 1 lakh today in an FD, they may give you monthly interest also, they may give you annual interest rate also, or if you opt that the interest rate should be given at the end of the 5 years or 2 years, whatever the number of years which you have put the FD, that will be given as a lump sum. So in case, let us assume that you are being an yearly inflow is coming to you, that is the interest rate is paid yearly to you for the amount which you have deposited with the bank. So that then in that case the present value is calculated using C instead of the future value, that is future value becomes the lump sum, whereas C is the regular cash flows which you are getting. Now there is a very simple Excel formula for PV, that is PV is equal, PV is bracket में R, that is rate, N per means number of years, PMT means the payment amount which you are going to get, future value FV means future value, and type means whether you are going to get the money at the beginning or at the end of the year. I am going to explain all these things on an Excel sheet. We will do that at the end of this lecture. But for the time being, let us understand the theory. Practical, we will see how these formulas are available on the Excel sheet and how you can use it beneficially for calculating your interest rate or the rate of return which you are going to get for any investment which you are going to make. Now what is future value? As I have told, future value means any amount which you deposit today, how much it is going to fetch after 1 year. So that is the future value. Future value is nothing but the reciprocal of the present value. Future value is nothing but your present value multiplied by 1 plus your rate of interest to the power of n. N is the number of periods or number of years. So future value represents what is worth at some point in future. Okay, here the rate of return has to be adjusted for the type of compounding, like like monthly, quarterly and yearly. What does it mean? Here the, suppose let us assume a bank is giving a rate of interest of 5%. So we are supposed to put a rate of interest as 1 plus 0.05, right? 5% is 0.05. Now if I put 1 plus 0.05, then the number of periods should be calculated yearly, because the rate of interest 5% is for yearly. However, if the bank gives the rate of interest half yearly, that is the interest is given half yearly, then future value is calculated with R, that is the 0.05 will be divided by 2, because bank is giving you interest 2 times in a year. Hence here the rate of return will be divided by 2, and at the same time your number of periods will increase by 2, that is it becomes 2n and R becomes R by 2. However, if the bank gives you quarterly interest rate, then your rate of return R will be divided by 4 and your n number of periods will be multiplied by 4. So I hope you understand this concept. So this is what I have already explained now. That is, if rate of return is 8% and compounding is quarterly, then 8 has to be divided by 4. Correspondingly, number of year has to be multiplied by 4. See, future value in Excel is given by the formula. Future value is rate, N per, PMT, PV, type. Here type is beginning or ending, represented by 0 or 1. I will explain this when I open the Excel sheet. Rate of is divided by present value multiplied by to the power of 1 over n minus 1. So this is the formula. Uh, See, rate of return is sometimes required to compare various investment options. Um, so in such case, if you know the present value, future value, and the number of years, then you can calculate the rate of return so that you can generally make a wise decision with respect to the investment which you are going to make. The most important concept in this, which is going to help you, is the compounded, annual growth rate. Uh, Compounded annual growth rate is basically given by the formula years minus present value and future value. This is nothing but the same formula, calculated in Excel. That's all. Now let us come to the next concept: is periodic investments or payouts. Either you make a periodic investment. Suppose, let us assume that every month you would like to make put in 100 rupees in your account, where it is giving you an interest rate of 5%. So how does it going to work? Similarly, if a company is giving you, or if a bank is giving you 100 rupees every month for an amount of investment, which, suppose if you have made 10,000 as an investment, and every month it says that it is going to give you 100 rupees. So what should be the rate of return? So we will see how it works this way. See, this is the most important calculation, as it helps to determine the EMI of any loan. Okay, so even EMI, this is, you can consider this as an EMI calculator. So how to calculate the EMI of any loan? So EMI of any loan is calculated using the PMT formula on Excel. So it is given by, what is the PMT formula? PMT, that is the payment which you are required to make, is the rate of interest, number of years, the amount of loan which you have taken. PV means present value, right? See, if you take a loan of 10 lakh today, that becomes the present value. And then type, whether you are going to make the payment at the end of the every month, or first of every month, or the day on which the loan is taken, or 1 month after the loan is taken. That is known as type. Here PV is nothing but your loan amount taken. So PV should always be put in negative in the formula. We will see that. N per is the number of years and R is the rate of interest. Okay. Now number of periods, let us analyze. See, at times you may like to know the time period within which you would be able to pay off an amount. So if you say that, okay, I would like to pay 20,000 rupees as an home loan EMI, in how many years I should be able to complete, so that my next commitment, children's education or marriage of daughter or something like that, if you have to plan it that way, so this number of period calculator is going to come to your help. So let us analyze this. See, this can be calculated again using a very simple Excel sheet known as N per. N per is nothing but number of periods. See, N per is given by the formula, same, the rate of interest which you are going to pay, the EMI which you are going to pay. Suppose if you decide today I will pay 25,000, you put EMI amount as 25,000. If you are ready to pay 50,000, you put 50,000. And PV is nothing but the loan amount which you have taken. So if you put all these three into this, you are going to get the number of years or months you have to pay before your loan gets liquidated. Now this is a very important concept, annuity. Let us understand what is annuity. See, annuity is nothing but the stream of cash flow return for any invested amount for a particular time period. See, any pension which anybody gets, the government employees get pension, right? That is nothing but an annuity, because central government keeps certain amount of money for every person whom they have hired, and that money is given at the end of the retirement, after retirement, till the time the individual death. That is called as annuity. So a pension is can be considered as an annuity. Your new pension scheme is also a type of annuity, but it is not a perpetual annuity. It is, they will give it for 20 years or 30 years based on the whatever data which you have given to them. Okay, now let us understand further. See, the best example of the annuity is the post office MIS, monthly income scheme. Post office monthly income scheme is an annuity, but it is a limited annuity. It is only for 7 years. So annuity are of two types. One is the fixed annuity, wherein the payout amount remain constant due to fixed rate of return. Okay, certain annuity will have a fixed rate of return, it will not change, but post office monthly income scheme, senior citizen scheme, they are all not fixed annuity, because there the rate of interest changes every quarter. The next one is the variable annuity. Here the rate of return can vary periodically, so thus changing the payout. For example, senior citizen savings scheme and monthly income scheme is also an example of a variable annuity. There is something called as an ordinary annuity. Here, payment is made at the end of each year. Okay, so the best example you can quote again is the post office monthly income scheme. Now, how to calculate annuity? See, annuity is nothing but the present value of the cash flows. Okay, this will tell what future payments are worth at present. That is present value, we have already discussed that. So what you have to do is, you just use the normal PV formula to calculate the annuity. Next comes the annuity due. See, annuity due is a stream of cash flow return for an invested amount for a particular time period received at the start of the year. This is very important, not at the end of the year, it is at the start of the year. As soon as you deposit 1 lakh with a bank, which is going to give you an annuity due, in that case they have to give you the regular return at the start. As soon as you invest, they have to give you the amount. Here in the Excel formula, for type we have to select the start of the year instead of end of the year. See, in Excel formula, if you don't select type, it is generally taken as the end of the year. Next comes perpetuity. Perpetuity means the annuity received till infinity. In order to find the perpetuity, we have to calculate the present value. Okay, the best example of perpetuity is the government pension, which I told you. It can be annuity also. Annuity, if it is given infinity times, that becomes a perpetuity. So that's why I mentioned government's pension scheme in annuity also, and it is a very good example for the perpetuity also. Perpetuity means till the time the person die, the pension comes to a government employee. Hence, it is called as a perpetuity. Here, we calculate the present value with a slightly different formula. Here, present value is given by C by R. C is nothing but P is equal to nothing but your C by R. C is the every month whatever amount you have got, and R is nothing but your rate of interest. So that will become your present value. So this is about all the important aspect with respect to the time value of money. In time value of money, the most important aspects which you are going to get is the future value and present value, and annuity, perpetuity, and also how to calculate your EMI. So all these aspects I have clearly explained. Now we shall go on the Excel sheet and see how it works. Okay. Formula is very simple. I will put the formula here. See, if I put PV, okay, you will get all this. Periodic rate, I have already put the periodic rate here, 0.05. Number of periods, 5 years. Payment 1 lakh rupees. That is, if you get 1 lakh rupees after 5 years, okay, what should be its present value? Future value is immaterial because we are calculating present value. When due is not relevant as of now. So you can leave these two blank, and give values to periodic rate, number of periods, and the payment which you are going to receive after 5 years. So it comes to 78,352. So if you put 78,352 today, okay, so the present today it will become 1 lakh. Similarly, the value of 1 lakh rupees which you are going to receive after 5 years will be equal to 78,352 today. See the reversal, if I say what should be the future value of 78,352 at a rate of interest of 5% for 5 years, you will get 1 lakh. See, I have put that formula here. Okay, see, I have put the formula for future value, and see, you can see that uh, you are getting the same value here also. All right, so if I show you here, okay, see, I have put E6 means is this rate of interest is 0.05, E7 is this, that is number of periods are 5, and now I have put the payment which I am going to amount which I am going to put 78,532. Okay, that is the present value, right? So after 78,532, if I put at a rate of interest of 5% for 5 years, it is going to become how much? 1 lakh, approximately 1 lakh 228 rupees. See, that is what we are saying. See, present value and future value are corollary. So now if you want to calculate the future value, it is the same concept which I have explained just now. It has got rate, it has got n per, that is number of periods 5 years. The payment which you are going to receive will be 0, but the present value, the amount which you are going to put is 78,352. That comes to 99,999 rupees. That is 1 lakh. Okay, the formula remains the same. The only thing is here in PV, for payment you are going to put that what is the payment which you are going to receive, whereas in future value you are going to put the present value, what is the amount which you are going to put into the bank account. Okay, now let us come how to calculate EMI. See, calculation of EMI is very simple through the same formula. Okay, let us see that formula. I will show you that formula here somewhere. Okay, see, if I put 0 and you will get the same thing. Okay, rate, periodic rate, number of period, present value, future value, okay, and when due. See, the same formula I have put it here also. If you check out this, see, it is PMT. That is, PMT is nothing but the payment which you have to make, that is EMI which you have to make. So if I put that here, what all values will be there? If I put equals and PMT, so you get periodic rate, that is the rate of return. So suppose if your interest rate is 0.05% and number of periods in which you have to return the your total amount of 20 lakhs. See, suppose let us assume that you have borrowed 20 lakhs and you are going to return it in 120 months. 120 months means 10 years. Okay, now if you are going to repay it in 120 years, 120 months, then the EMI which you are supposed to pay will be 21,230. Okay, see, that is how we can very easily calculate. See, the formula is PMT. Okay, you have to put PMT, and in PMT you get periodic rate, that is you put the rate of return here. You put number of periods in months because you are going to pay the EMI in months, so you put 120 here. And one important aspect, this 0.05 should be divided by 12 because you are going to make a payment every month. Now the present value is the amount which you have taken from the bank, 20 lakhs, the present value you have taken. Okay, and next is the future value is immaterial. So if you put all this, you will get the EMI which you are supposed to pay. Okay, I have not put any values, that's why it is coming here. See, if I show you, I have divided D5. D5 is the rate of interest, 0.05. I have divided it by 12 because you are making the EMI every month. So your rate of interest will also should be for month, not for the year. This 5% is for the year. So for per month you have to divide this rate of interest by 12. See, I have divided it by 12 here, d5 divided by 12. So you are getting an EMI of 21,230. So if the rate of interest is 5 years, you are going to pay after 10 years, and you have taken a loan of 20 lakhs. Ultimately you will be paying the bank 25 lakhs 45,572 rupees. Okay. Now let us calculate the time period. It is very simple. There is nothing much in this, but still we'll see the calculation how it is done. Okay. See, it is n per is the number of periods, as we have already discussed. So you have to put n per here is equal to n per. So I'll show you once again here. Okay, wait. Okay, here I see, if you put is equal to and then n per. Okay, and then just click enter, you will get all these values. So periodic rate, suppose 7% is the rate of interest which you are going to pay. Payment, so you are, suppose let us assume you will going to make an EMI of 25,500 rupees per month, and you have present value means the loan which you have taken a loan for 20 lakhs. Future value is immaterial. So if all these things are there, so you know, if you pay an EMI of 25,500 and you have taken a loan of 20 lakh rupees with a rate of interest of 7%, then you will clear that in 105 months. Okay, 105 months, that is in 8.76 years you are going to clear the EMI. So let us see one more condition. Suppose if I say I will pay 45,000 as the EMI. Okay, if I say 45,000 as the EMI, if I say, so if I say 45,000 as the EMI, then it comes to 50 months. So 50 months means within 4 years you will be able to clear your EMI of for the amount 20 lakhs which you have taken. Okay, so that is how this number of time period is calculated. Now coming to annuity, annuity calculation is nothing but, I have already explained that it is nothing but the present value. Okay, so if the periodic rate of return is 5%, number of period is 120, and payment is 1 lakh, then accordingly you will get the present value of the annuity. So we will not dwell deep into this annuity concept because I have already explained that in detail. Okay, so I hope you have understood all the concepts, and I have made you understand how to use the Excel sheet also. Thank you very much. I hope you will be able to get some help out of this.